Okay, so it's Christmas time. This is the big beast for our divorced folks here. The warm fire in the house. If there are kids involved, you're missing them. Or they may even be with you, but mom's not there. So the family is feeling weird, the structure. People used to get together with, having good time, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. So the question is, what are we gonna do about it? How do we not just go through this, but we grow through it? Okay. For me, I'm several years into this. Still not fun leaving the house. I've talked about this 10 times. Warm fire, the family unit. And even if you get on with the spouse, it's still a bummer that, that the kids can't have that warm envelope of love and support and family, nor can you. But that's what we're looking at here. There may be kids, maybe not kids involved. Either way, how are we gonna grow through this and not go through it? Okay, so quick marker here, marker or pause. So I'll do a Zoom call or a joint thing where I talk with folks. Will somebody help me set that up? If you're interested in that, I'll put an email down and just reach out to me, okay? I know some people reached out and asked about that, and this time of year it gets especially rough. So if that interests you, to do like a community call, let's do that. I'm up for it. I don't want to waste time if nobody's jumping on board, or I could use some help with it, okay? Just setting it up, then we'll see what we got, okay? But I'm happy to step up and do my part for you guys. Let's go back to strategies we've talked about 100 times. We want to, do things that are going to support us through this. Exercise, getting out in nature. If you need to do your drinking and binging because this just happened to you, that's fine. You're in your car sleeping, or in a hotel or friend's couch. That's the reality of it. So I think what's been helpful for me is just set an anchor for yourself. What does that look like? Okay. Some of it's in your head. Some of it's not in your head. What does that mean? Well, it's Castle Rock. Pretty cool. Yeah, so in your head, on the best of days, we can be challenged to maintain our attitude, right? And now you're in a firefight, basically, and you get sucked into the negativity and everything, whether it's coming from outside, inside. It's tough. So let's set some anchors outside yourself. Once a week, do X amount of exercises. Maybe go for a 5-mile hike once a week. Hold to that. Do 50 push-ups once a day. Do meditation 30 minutes. Do a cold shower. Doesn't matter what you do, but you want to have that physical anchor, because a lot of things are spinning out of control right now. Your compass is all over the place. And that's the other big lesson. Can't control people. Big one I learned. Can't change people. And you want to think about, as the Stoics talk about, things out of your control are out of your control. So you let them go. Maybe she's saying things to the kids, or to you, or in front of the kids to you, or dating somebody new, or just doesn't, is going on with her life and is happy. All these things we cannot control. Now, as humans, we want to, and we're going to attach upset to them. But if you can just ponder on that, things that we cannot control are out of our hands, let them go. Your breathing, we've talked about, and exercise. So you know what anchors can be. They're negative anchors too. There's drinking. You probably already have anchors. You don't know about them. We're just talking about swapping them out, right? So eating junk food can be an anchor. For me, that's a big one. I'm not a big drinker, or some negative things you might be into. Just add some positive ones, and slowly maybe those will replace the negative ones. Thoughts, we've talked about this before. See if you can just have an attitude of curiosity, not judgment. Now, we've talked about this before with yourself. Okay, be curious, even with her. You know, we want to move beyond judgment. Now, look, if she said something nasty to you in front of the kids, or ran off with this person, or did some bad stuff, I get that, bro, okay? But the more we can, you know, move beyond judgment and look with a curious eye, not a judgmental eye, I think it's really powerful, and it's a great lesson to your kids, and you can let go of things. And try it with yourself. Give yourself some, I'm sorry, this guy keeps texting me. What was I saying? Breathe. You should breathe. We're letting go, okay? We're letting go of judgment. We're moving on. We're looking for health. What's the overall mission, the theme here of what you're doing? Now, we're looking at Christmas, when it can be lonely, but you know what? There's an opportunity here to be on your own and to just breathe and really consider your life now, and how that might look in the new year, and what anchors you will set, what books. I would, your favorite music, books, right? Go on Amazon. I must have gotten 40 books in the last 3 months, right? And I just spread them all over the place, motivational stuff. And you know me, not by now, I'm like trying all different kinds of things out just to see what works. And this is kind of cool, this segue, because I have to negotiate this stream, right? Just like you negotiating the next few weeks. So I'm gonna step here, feel that terrain, and I'm up and I'm over, and there's a trail, right? Just, we hope they don't close down this place before I get out. I will be sleeping in the car. That's another thing. I remember I was playing around with knife training because I was doing a lot of collie training, and like an idiot, I was like cutting a bagel or something, and I did some moves and cut my hand open. Had to go to the emergency room, and there was no one there to take me, right? So I'm like bleeding, driving to the hospital. Now look, some of you guys are like, dude, it's gonna be okay, whatever. Yeah, am I always happy with this situation? No, but that's not the point. I'm not telling you this to be like, hey man, it's gonna be all right. I know it's gonna be all right, bro. I'm telling you it's gonna be all right. And as a team, we're gonna be all right. That's the facts. I'm just telling you, I'm driving like bleeding all over the place, and get in there. Then the cute nurse is talking to me, and I'm talking to her. And these are just the realities. So it's kind of funny at some point. I'll go into dating on another YouTube. See, I fell down because I wasn't focused. I'm all right. I get back up, right? Because I do 100 burpees a day, right? That's my thing. Because burpees, when you think about it, you go down and you come back up repeatedly. It's like a metaphor, right? And it works the whole body. So I'm blabbing because I got like 5 miles left of this, or 7. So I have time. So anyway, please email me if you want to help set up this call, and we can get some people signed up. So I don't go on there and I'm all prepped. Nobody shows up, right? Uncool. So the point of this is, I like the phrase curiosity, not judgment. All right, I'm going to talk for a little more. If you want to jump off, you can. But I think some of you guys, you just need somebody to be with you right now, because it's tough. You just had the bomb dropped on you. So I'm going to be with you. You just click me on. A few more minutes, I'll talk. Don't mean to waste your time or blab. I got time. I got a lot to do here. And we can just have a talk as I go through the tundra. A lot of things will come up. Blame, anger. Let's create outlets for that, anchors for that. I jumped into CrossFit. Wow, look at that. That is insane. Yeah, so I was even telling my son the other day, how'd you get into CrossFit? Well, I was driving, during this whole thing in some neighborhood. I looked in the mirror and I just looked pasty and pale and had the belly going, didn't look healthy. And I'd heard of CrossFit, and I just pulled in there and hit it. And half the guys in there were going through divorce. But it doesn't have to be CrossFit. Yoga is awesome. Pilates, painting, ping pong, billiards, hiking, anything. Maybe you even see yourself getting back into something that you put on the shelf when you got married, right? Maybe you liked woodworking, or you like triathlons, whatever. Now, somehow, try to get back into that. You may have kids, you have responsibilities. I'm not saying that. Triathlons take a lot of training, but somehow there are some elements that are awakening in you that you can jump on and reinvigorate. Okay, for me, it was getting back in shape, reading, other things that I hadn't really done because of a misconnection or not in common or blah, blah, blah. So look into that. But most of all, it's all going to be okay. Stick with me. Get your anchors in. And if you go off the reservation and you're sad, it's hard. The Christmas music. I've been there, brah. I've been there and seen my kids in the warm, through a plate glass window, the warm fire, the presents, other family who look at you now like you sacrificed your youngest on an altar in the middle of the forest with hate in their eyes. But that's what it is. We be curious, not judgmental. That can be hard, I know. But, in this game, not a lot of people looking to push for a positive outcome. Not because they're bad people, because the lawyer's job, once they get involved, the shark teeth come out. And that's their job. And they do it. Sometimes too well. And other family members, they have to choose a side, sometimes even kids. That's not good, right? But these are the minefields we encounter. But it does get better, but blah, blah. You don't even see or care about that right now. You're in your room at the hotel, or the house is vacant, or you're still living together and you're in your room and it's ice cold between you. Your job is to rise, to climb. Look at me. Climbing. Cold. Pushing forward. One step at a bloody time. Would I like to be by the fire? Snacking. Having hot cocoa. Chilling by the fire watching football today. I would. But the dedication is to something higher. And that's what I need from you. Don't gotta be pretty. Doesn't have to be smooth. It just has to be there. State it. If all you can do is write in a journal, I'll take that. Okay? let's wrap it. So the event we're talking about, email me. I'll leave an email down below if that interests you. Don't ghost me, man. People want to do it. I'm here for you, your brother in arms. And as I said before, you are there for me. Even though you're in the crap right now, how can I be there for you? Well, that's what brothers do. No matter how thick the crap, they're there for each other. And everyone has their day. As the Navy SEALs say, I've talked to these guys before they grinded me into the dirt in a program, not in military. I wasn't a SEAL. Brother was a SEAL. I'm not a SEAL. I did get my ass kicked for about 16 years by a SEAL. Does that count for something? Who knows? But I'm not saying I was. Anyway, what was I saying again? Losing track. Yeah, so as they say, be humble or get humbled. We're all going to have our time. All right, I'm not exactly jumping for joy. My kids aren't with me right now. We don't have a family unit of warm love, right? Some of you guys have another dude sitting in that chair opening presents with your kids. More power to you. But we've got to look to rise and climb. Rise from the ashes. Give back to the community. Be strong. Okay, now, inspiration is great, but it's sometimes like a sugar donut. You'll get off this and be like, yeah, and then for 3 hours, and then next morning, boom, you're back in the pit. That's just how it is. That's why we need the anchors. Again, every step I'm making out here, this is an investment in myself. I could be eating chips, watching movies or the games, but where's that going to get me? Yeah, not good. So you don't have to do that, but maybe you paint, right? So the last thing I'm going to say here, all these false endings. The last thing I'm going to say is I want you, especially you guys who are in the hell and the holiday Drew blues, 3 things that you love doing, 3 things that inspire you. Do one or all 3. Find time. Could be, hey, I used to play the drums. I used to play the piano. I used to read. I used to write. I used to do triathlons. I used to throw the lacrosse ball against the wall. I used to play guitar. Whatever it is, I want you to get back to that. All right? That's your assignment. 3 things that inspire you. But I'm not in the mood. And what? No. Motivation comes from inspiration. All right? If you're inspired and you're in a better place, everything else will flow. Right? Even if your boss just dumped a whole bunch of work on you and you're on the bubble or what have you, give yourself some love, bro. Get into that inspiration, those things that inspired you at first. Now, I don't mean to contradict myself. That inspiration is like a sugar high. This inspiration is more of an anchor. So it falls in the anchor column, not just inspiration. I'm not saying you're going to be okay, guys. It's going to be all right. Stick in there. Come back on and let's talk. No, I'm saying, look, MFer, it sucks, but you got to put the anchors down. I'm not letting you float off. Are you going to be sad and have to deal with this stuff that is coming up for you? Absolutely. I'm not saying that, but I'm not letting you fall. The community's not letting you fall. And you signed a pact with us by watching this, that you're going to be there for us. Everybody has their day. So yeah, it's going to be all right, but who cares? I need your anchors. I need your inspired anchors. Okay? Some are rise and grind, the burpees, the long hikes, the, even learning guitar again. You got to go through your, chords and learn those again. Or maybe you want to start your own business. That's what I want from you, okay? All right. So I've rambled on for quite a time, and it's coming on 20 minutes. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Peace. Hopefully we'll all talk as a group soon, my friends. Bye-bye.